Greetings, everybody. This is Mystical Ariel here. Then we are here to shake the matrix, expand our minds, and make us all think. Look at us here this morning. It has been a grand morning. It's nice and cool where we're at finally. The dogs are nice and relaxed. They're getting a little extra sleep because Zena had a rough night last night. The heat wasn't so good for her, but today is much better weather. So we are not in any complaints. We're feeling quite joyful. And this morning, you guys, we are on the 5th lesson of the awakening of these illusions and all the details of this matrix simulation system and how it works. And either you are watching this right this moment, or you are amongst one of the ones watching this later. Either way, grand risings, welcome awakened ones. Much love to you all. Let's continue to shift this system. So, remember what we learned about the neurodivergence being misunderstood, and grand risings to those of you joining. Your ADHD, autism, OCD, sensitivity traits, you were told were disorders. You see, these are evolutionary gifts, and you were designed differently. Why? Because you're meant to perceive differently. Your enhanced sensitivities detect what others miss. Your patterns, recognitions, sees through the illusions. Your resistance to social conditioning, it keeps you from staying fully asleep. See, you're not broken at all. You are not behind either. You're ahead. You are early adopters of expanded consciousness. You see, you are the scouts, exploring new territory of awareness while others still sleep. And the world is finally catching up to where you've always been. And that's a beautiful thing. They're finally caught up to this. So now let's talk about what it means to be a Wayshower and why your specific gifts are desperately needed right now, more than anything. You need to know how much your gifts and what you truly hold is needed. What is Wayshowers? You know, good morning, Grand Risings, and thank you for joining us. A Wayshower is someone who has walked through darkness and found the light, even in the darkest situations. They have seen through the illusions and they remember the truth. They remember the truth of existence, truth of their lives, and truth of the original design. And now they serve to illuminate the path for others, to be that light, to say, hey, we all got this. You know, you don't need to be fully enlightened to even be a Wayshower. Did you know that? You don't need all the answers or perfect understandings. You just need to be a few steps ahead on the path and willing to turn back to help others. That's what being a Wayshower is. It's taking the light and showering it onto others. It's doing unto others as you desire done for yourself. It's seeing the image of the Christ consciousness in all images. You see, it's like the mountain, and you become that strong tower, that rock that's solid on the ground, you know? And then imagine climbing a mountain in darkness. Can you imagine it? I mean, solid rock, big, high thing full of all these different terrains. And you're climbing a mountain in darkness. And the person at the summit can't directly help those at the bottom. They're too far away. But the person who just climbed the difficult section you're approaching, they can show you exactly where the handholds and to put your feet and place your hands are, which path is even safe to walk, and what to even watch for. See, that's you. We all have a important part of this movement. You're climbing, and you're helping those that are behind you. I mean, reality is no one's really behind you, but you're helping those that are learning. And You're bringing them along to catch up to where we're at. See, each Wayshower brings a specific gift based on their design. So understand, things that were labeled disabled and disabilities, here's where they're not. Thank you for the love. Appreciate it. Hello, MXN. See, you bring rapid pattern recognitions, ADHD. It's not a curse. You basically have what's called a rapid pattern recognition, multi-dimensional thinking, ability to see connections others miss, and creative problem solving, infectious enthusiasm. And your role is to help others see bigger patterns, translate complex concepts, and accessibility, bring energy and inspiration to awakening. You're important. You're vital. How dare this society and this world ever put in a condition that you have a problem? The reason sometimes you've felt disorderly or you felt frustrated or you even have these explosions that moment is because you're not walking in your design. And your body's going, yo, pay attention. Stop ignoring what is in front of you. You need to put this out there. Don't let the world dampen you down anymore. It's not right. You're like it's the Grateful Dead, right? So help others see bigger patterns, translate complex concepts and accessibility, and bring energy and inspiration to the awakening because we need your energy. You bring deep, systematic understanding, authentic communication without filters, truth telling that cuts through deception, intense focus, and expertise, ability to see through social manipulation. That's your gift, your ability. My youngest son, Isaiah, he has ADHD and he would call it a curse. And I would say, no, man, because he was always the one kid that did see through the manipulation and the deceptions. Love you too. Thanks. See, teach details, frameworks, models, authentic expression, expose lies and control systems, provide thorough analysts. That's what you do. And if you have OCD, or we'll put it into CDO and put it into alphabetical order for some of you. That's one of my buddies who has OCD does that. You bring energetic sensitivity, protective instincts, attention to detail that others miss, ability to sense what's off, and natural purification abilities. Your role is help others clear energy and create sacred space, notice subtle manipulations, maintain high integrity standards, and teach discernment. And if you're highly sensitive, you bring empathetic abilities, emotional intelligence, environmental awareness, capacity to hold space for others, artistic sensitivity that translates consciousness into beauty. Those don't sound like disabilities now, do they? Sounds like you're very important to us. Your roles is create healing containers, translate emotions into understandings, and sense what group needs. Bring art and beauty to awakening work. And if you have learning differences, you bring alternative intelligence, spatial and intuitive thinking, creative problem solving approaches, abilities to find unconventional solutions, that linear thinkingness. We need you. Your role, show multiple valid ways of knowing, teach through experience and demonstration, help others trust nonlinear intelligence. That's what you're good. And we need you. Your disorders are actually your superpowers. The traits that made you struggle in the old paradigm make you perfectly designed for navigating and helping others navigate the emerging consciousness. Way showing evolves through natural stages. You know, early in awakening, your primary service is simply being present. Your consciousness affects the field around you, and you don't need to do anything. Your awareness shifts energy automatically. And as you integrate awakening, your life becomes the teaching, how you respond to challenges, maintain presence, create from consciousness. Others observe and absorb this. So you begin sharing your experience, insights, and struggles, not as an expert, but as fellow travelers. Your vulnerability gives other permission to be real. So, you may feel called to teach more formally, writing, speaking, creative content, offering sessions. You're translating direct experience into framework others can use. So, the system building. Some Wayshowers eventually create new communities, structures, or systems that support collective awakening. And you're building containers for emerging consciousness. So, thank you. See, not everyone moves through all levels, and that's absolutely perfect. Some souls came to be silent presences or living examples. That's equally valuable. And the system builders need the ground crew. All roles serve the whole. See, many spiritual people exhaust themselves, giving endlessly. Let me reframe this completely. Your You serve from fullness, never from depletion. You help others while honoring your own needs. And you maintain clear boundaries while staying compassionate. And you recognize that caring for yourself is caring for the collective. It's like the airplane oxygen mask principle. Flight attendant says put on your oxygen mask before helping others. If If you deplete yourself trying to save everyone, you become unable to help anyone. Remember that. So your personal practices is foundational, non-negotiable. Regular rest. Awakening is intense. Remember that. So honor your need for integration time. Sacred, no. Not every request is yours to fulfill. Discernment is essential. Receive support. Let others help. Let others help will you as you help them. It's a circle, a union. It's a circular movement. Celebrate joy. Your happiness and pleasure serve the collective field. So remember, those of you that are hyper, it's fine. So let's talk about specific ways you can serve the awakening right now, today, exactly where you are. You guys want to know? First, your first and ongoing responsibility is your own liberation. This isn't self, it's foundational. My personal work serves the whole. See, the morphic field benefits from every awakening consciousness, and you can only guide others as far as you've traveled. So, in your unhealed patterns affect everyone around you energetically. So, your embodied presence heals the collective field automatically. So, continue what you've learned, in day 4, 20 minutes of meditation or breath work. Remember to do that. Ongoing shadow work and trauma integration, energy clearing and body practices, and study contemplation and deepening understanding. If you haven't gotten my books yet, go over to Amazon and order yourself a copy of the Awaken series. Treat your spiritual practice like breathing, absolutely non-negotiable. The world needs your awakening consciousness more than it needs one more stressed out helper. So your next sphere of service is those closest to you. Family. Be the stable, conscious presence in the chaos. Don't preach, embody the teaching through your way of being. Hold loving space for their process without trying to fix or convert them. Model healthy boundaries and authentic communication. Love them exactly as they are, wherever they are on their journey. With friends, share your journey authentically, and when you're genuinely interested, listen deeply without need to teach or convince. Offer perspective when asked, and never when not requested. Be the calm in the storm. Connect them to resources when they're ready. And communicate with your partners. Communicate your needs and boundaries clearly from love. Don't demand they awaken on your timeline. Allow them their own path and timing. And share your experience without making them wrong for not having the same ones. And remember, they're conscious too, just expressing differently. So you transform your immediate circle not through words, but through just embodiment. When you change, the entire system around you must recognize. So create and share content. Write about your experience and insights. Make some videos sharing what you've learned. Put them out on TikTok if you want, or YouTube, and create art that expresses, expands, and consciousness. Share quotes and teachings that you've learned and perspectives that have helped you. Use social media consciously as a tool for awakening. Build or join communities. Find local meditation groups, spiritual circles, or conscious communities, and join online spaces where awakening beings are gathering. And create your own groups around specific interests or practices. Contribute your unique perspectives and gifts, and support others on the path. As we teach what we know and offer what we've learned freely, we can host gatherings, circles, or workshops, which we will be doing, by the way, out in the desert. We'll be doing some camps and stuff. Well, if you guys got any questions, please feel free to ask them. So, remember this though. Awakening doesn't mean withdrawing from the world, okay? For many, it means engaging more effectively. You know, conscious actions, work for environmental healing and sustainability, support justice, equality, and human rights, create alternative, eco villages and human rights, and create alternative places and structures for people to be, challenge the corrupt and expose manipulation, build new systems based on conscious principles, act from love and vision, not from fear. No, don't do anything from fear and reaction. Create the new rather than just fighting the old. The energy you bring to action matters as much as the action itself. You see, not everyone is called to activism, and that's okay. Some souls came to hold space, and heal, teach, or create beauty. All paths serve when walked authentically. Now, let me share with you what becomes possible is more. As more consciousness awaken, this is not fantasy, this is the natural result of the collective awakening. As individuals awaken, chronic diseases decrease as people heal mind, body, and spirit. Creativity and innovation explode as limiting belief systems dissolve. Authentic relationships form based on consciousness rather than need. And people discover and express their unique gifts. And joy becomes the default state rather than suffering. And life becomes creative adventures rather than a struggle for survival. In communities, cooperation replaces competition, gifts, economy principles, supplements are replaced with pure capitalism. Decisions get made for collective good, not just individual profit. Conflict resolution happens through consciousness rather than force. And wisdom councils replace authoritarian power structures. Education transforms to honor each child's unique design. Healthcare becomes true healing, addressing root causes in body, mind, spirit. Work becomes conscious expressions rather than wage slavery. And technology serves consciousness rather than controlling it. Resources flow to where they're needed, not to where they're hoarded. See, humanity recognizes Earth as living consciousness and acts accordingly. Environmental healing becomes priority over extraction and profit. Sustainable regeneration practices, replace destructive ones. Connection to nature, becomes central to human life again. And the planet begins to restore itself as we align with natural law. And that's the beauty. This isn't a utopian fantasy. This is what natural emerges when consciousness recognizes itself and acts from what it recognizes. It's a beautiful thing. And when will this happen? That's the wrong question. It's already happening. Pay attention. The question is, how quickly do we reach critical mass? The more people who awaken, the faster awakening spreads. It's exponential, not linear. One person waking up makes it easier for 10 more. Those 10 make it easier for 100. Those 100 make it easier for thousands. See, your awakening right now, today, accelerates the timelines for everyone. You're not a passive observer of this transformation. You're an active agent creating it. Every moment you choose consciousness over conditioning, you shift the collective field. Every time you embody love over fear, you strengthen the morphic field of awakening. And every person you help wake up creates ripples that touch thousands more. See, we are in a race between awakening and collapse. The old systems are dying, that's certain. Whether humanity awakens in time of consciously create what comes next, or whether we go through catastrophic collapse first, it all depends on how many people wake up and how quickly. You see, this is why your awakening matters. This is why service is urgent. This is why you're here now. So now I'm going to give you something. I'm going to give you your sacred commission. You guys ready? This is not a suggestion. This is your soul's contract. This is why you incarnated at this exact moment in history. So speak each one with weight. Complete your own liberation. Don't stop halfway. Don't settle for intellectual understanding or accurate, occasional glimpses. Commit to full awakening in the lifetime. The world needs you right now. It needs you fully consciousness. So live as the light. Embody awakened consciousness in every area of your life. Don't compartmentalize it. Don't spiritual in meditation, unconscious in daily life. Be the example of liberation living. Let your life itself be the teaching. And third, share the truth. Speak what you know. Share what you've learned. Help others see through the illusion. Use whatever gifts and platforms you have, and don't hide your light. The truth needs voices to carry it. Help others wake up. This is not optional. You cannot awaken alone and consider the job done. Your awakening creates responsibility to serve others. Awakening, find your unique way to help. Teaching, healing, creating, holding space, but help. Don't just critique the old system, create new ones. build communities, relationships, projects, and structures based on awakened consciousness. Be a creator of the new world, not just a critic of the old. So you don't need to have it all figured out. All right? You don't need to see the whole path. Take the next step that's clear. Trust that consciousness knows what it's doing through you. Surrender to the unfolding. And seventh, remember who you are. You are not a small, limited human who happens to stumble onto awakening. You are infinite consciousness that chose this particular expression for a specific purpose. Remember your divine nature. Act from what that recognition is. And here's the oath. You ready? Say this aloud with me. Place your hand on your heart and feel the truth of the words as you speak them. I am infinite consciousness in human form. I came here for the moment of transformation, and I commit to my full awakening in this lifetime. I dedicate my life to serving the great awakening. I will share truth, help others wake up, and build the new world. I trust the divine intelligence moving through me. I am ready, I am willing, and I am here. If you agree, if you said this along, please hit 888. You've now received your commission. You know why you're here, and you know what you came to do. So we've reached the end of these 5 days together. But this is not the ending, it's just the beginning. You've traveled from seeing through physical reality, understanding the programming, learning the ancient wisdom, receiving liberation practices, and now accepting your role as the Wayshower. But all of this has been preparation. Now the real work begins. Don't forget, maintain your practices, 20 minutes minimum of meditation, breath work, or conscious presence. Work non-negotiable. Make them non-negotiable for yourself. And review what you've learned in these teachings. Integrate requires repetition. These aren't concepts to learn once. They're truth to embody deeply. Assess your progress. Are you waking up more? Are you serving? Are you building the new? Are you living your commission? Adjust as needed. And stay connected. Community. Stay connected to it. Find, or create your tribe. You're not meant to walk this path alone. So make sure you do one thing towards your dreams every single day. It brings you one step closer. Make sure you recognize you're valuable and you matter, and you're all unique puzzle pieces, part of the ultimate puzzle of the cosmos. Peace and love. We'll see you guys on Monday. You guys take it easy, huh? All right.